This podcast is brought to you by Meteorate.
Welcome to the Two Cripples, One Pair of Legs podcast, where every fortnight, your hosts, Adam Shepherd and Tash Price, take a long, hard look at the world through the eyes of two people who believe in grabbing life by the balls and squeezing tighter than Borat in a mankini. The good, the bad, the often cringeworthy, but most importantly, the hilarity that can, and often does, ensue. If you're looking for fluffy sunshine and rainbows, My Little Pony meets Care Bears type of purity, you've probably come to the wrong place. If you're after good conversation, warped humour, quick wit, a touch of sarcasm, two proud people with disabilities with the no holes barred, leave no stump unturned outlook on life, welcome home. How you going?
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. Finally over the dreaded lurgy that's invaded my body for the last 3 or 4 weeks.
Yeah, no, mine's just still going. Feel like shit. But
you won't have much longer. You'll be okay.
Yeah, you didn't have it as long as me.
Piss off, you.
No, it's certainly not for as long as affecting you badly for as long. Yeah. Anyway, whatevs.
Yeah.
Whatevs.
So what's happening today? What are we talking about?
Okay, so we don't have a guest today, so it's just you and I.
Don't.
Just you and I again. so for you audience members out there, if you hate the shows that are just us two, then you're kind of buggered for today.
Yeah, probably tune out now. But I swear it's going to be fun.
No, it will. It'll be a good one.
It'll be the regular circus you used to.
Yep. So in the soapbox session, we're going to be talking a bit about unconscious bias.
Yes.
Which should be interesting.
Speaking the English.
I'm not doing a very good job already, am I? Social media takedown. We are going to talk about scam messages from interesting companies.
Oh, yeah.
Moron of the day. I'm going to save that one as a little surprise.
What?
You'll see. And then in the kindness virus, we're going to talk about some kindness given by children.
Yeah, which is always nice.
Yeah,
gives me the warm and fuzzies.
Gives me the warm and fuzzies too.
Yeah.
Anyway,
all
right. What have we been up to this week?
Getting ready to go away.
Yeah, we have.
Training, getting ready to go away.
Yeah, because we've got 2 big trips coming up. Yeah. So we're off to we leave for Japan on Friday. Mm-hmm. I've got a marathon over there on Sunday. That'll be fun. So world's biggest wheelchair marathon. There's something like 280 odd wheelchair races in that one.
So cool.
It's very exciting, and the event itself is really cool. We went last year. Last year because of COVID, a few different things were affected, and it didn't go. It wasn't run in the same way as it apparently is every single year. Interesting this year though, because not only did they have the big media circus that they had last year, they also have an athletes parade.
Ooh!
So we get to parade through the streets.
Well, I'm glad you will. I'll be sitting there.
Don't you remember last year they made you get involved in all that stuff?
I sat there at the opening ceremony and with everyone else, but didn't actually have to do anything.
Yeah, I don't know what the deal will be with the parade, but it'll be fun.
It'll be fun. But they put on such a great event.
Oh, they do it so well.
We're gonna have some fun.
Yes, yeah, and then so that is going to be one of my last marathons. Just plan to do that one, and then London come April. But we both went to Japan, and I got sick and had to pull out of the race.
Yeah, you got sick.
So yes, and then so after Japan, we are back here for 10 days, and then heading off to Thailand.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So I've got a track meet over there at the World Ability Sport Games with 1,018 other athletes.
Wow, that's huge.
In over 11 different sports. So it's going to be freaking.
It's going to be
huge.
Epic.
Yes, it is. So I'm doing the 100, 200, 400 meters. And let me just say, my training into these events has just been shocking. Mixture of head injuries, operations gone wrong, second operations to fix the operation, 3 weeks plus of illness, cars being out of action for 2 weeks. It's since the end of August, it's just been hell. So not only have I not done further than 10 kilometers in training since August, I've only had the one race which I only managed to do half marathon distance on because of my diabetes. I have literally not trained at all for this marathon, so that's going to be hard.
Yes.
It is going to hurt.
I think
it's going to hurt like hell.
You'll be right. You'll get it done. I have.
I have no doubt about that. I may get over the finish line 6 hours later dead, but dragging myself. But yeah, I'm sure I'll get there. But the thing is, I've then got my first big international track meet.
Track meet too.
Like 2 weeks later. So I really have to, considering I'm not going to push the whole marathon thing anymore, and I really, really want to chase Paralympic qualification with my 100 meters because we know from my training times that I can do it if I can pull it off in comp. I've really got to think about how hard I actually want to push myself, considering how untrained I am at the moment. Yeah, so
you just need to
just go and have a bit of fun.
Go and have a bit of fun.
Pushing 42 kilometers with your arms is really, really good fun when you haven't trained for it. I am going to die.
I'm really not looking forward to you dying. No, but I'm looking forward to it. The Japanese people are amazing. The people over there are just amazing. I tell you what, the food.
The food. I'm looking forward to the food both in Japan and Thailand.
Yes.
Like Asian food is just the best.
Yeah,
I'm very, very much looking forward to that.
Yeah.
I've got to admit as well, I'm looking forward to finishing the racing and being sat by the pool, sipping Mai Tais, and making the best of the 5-star hotel that we're being put up in.
Damn straight.
I mean, there are some benefits to all these races.
In Thailand, not Oita, because Oita's going to be very, very cold.
Yeah, so probably don't want to be sitting by any pool outdoors.
I suspect not. No.
Yeah, because when like apparently Oita was 27 degrees last week. By the time we get there next week, this week, it's going to be like 13.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's going to be a little bit different, and it's like 30 odd degrees outside today here. So we're going to notice that.
And for anybody who knows me or anybody who's follows me on social media, I say this all the time. I am seriously allergic to anything sub 25 degrees. So
yeah, you say that. However, who is the one that complains most in the cold? I know, right? The person that's spent a huge amount of their life in cold weather. However, that is the reason I left. I left the UK because the weather is shit, and I can't do it. I just can't do it.
Well, we're glad to have you here.
Oh well, I'm glad you're glad to have me here too.
Sometimes.
Oh, sometimes.
Yeah, depends on the day.
Yeah, no, I feel that about you too. Don't worry.
Yeah, it's okay. You're pint size, so we can, put you in a FedEx box and ship you back sometime.
Okay, you should do that. I'll fit in all oversized overhead luggage compartments too.
That's my joke. That's a legless joke.
No, but I'm that small that I can also fit there.
True.
I mean, my legs will be very squished, but it'll be okay. Yeah. Anyway, should we actually get on with the show?
We probably should. We've mumbled a little bit.
Now that we've got through 2 complete disasters that need editing out.
Hello, Facebook land. You got to see the original stuff, so be thankful.
Oh dear.
Anyway,
we're never usually this bad. Like editing wise, we actually generally don't edit out anything, do we?
No, we don't. I mean, the stuff we kind of go, it's kind of funny and kind of cool, so we just leave it in there.
Anywho.
Anyway, should we move on to Soapbox?
Yeah, let's do it.
Like 2 cripples using a beach towel to skydive, this could go anywhere. Welcome to the Soapbox session. I'm going to do that one day.
Do what?
Skydive with a beach towel.
I can't even get you to skydive with a freaking parachute, let alone a beach towel.
I know. Maybe I'll just do it off somewhere short, like, I don't know, this bench here, this table here. Or...
Shall we give the audience a treat and you do that now? Because I'd like to see it.
No, I'm not ready yet. I haven't stretched.
You haven't limbered up.
No. And and I did leg day last week and I tore a hamstring, so, Yeah.
That's what happened. They had to chop your legs off because the hamstring was torn, and they're like, "Yeah, no, you're a lost cause."
Oh, I know. But anyway, moving on. Let's get some direction.
Okay, direction. Not good with that at the moment, apparently.
We're really, really
We're
not.
all over the place today.
We're really not. Oh, man. But so I attended and helped out at a carnival on the weekend. I'm not going to say what for. Those listening will know, but I'm not going to elaborate.
Some will know.
Some will know. Yeah, some will know that people. Yeah.
Carry on.
And anyway, so I was helping out, and they had a meeting at the beginning of it with all the people that were helping, all the volunteers and, official people and whatnot.
Official people, huh?
Official people, yeah. Official people.
Technical term.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, I'm all about the technical terms. You know this about me.
Yes.
And says you, what would you say before? You said something that was like, thingy-jiggy bob.
Oh, yeah. That too is a technical phrase.
I'm sure it is.
I'm all about the technicalities.
Anywho. So I've rocked up to this meeting before it all kicks off, and they're giving out information. This lady who's running the meeting looks directly at me and she goes, "Oh, are you doing this too?" I said, I looked at her and I said, "No," I said, "should come join where we are," because I said they even give mascot shirts. It's really cool.
That's so because you wear a uniform.
Yeah,
It's because you were officiating.
Yeah. I had a shirt on that depicted the people I was representing, the club I was representing, and and I was there as an official. And, it blew me away. And it horrified a few other people that were around me as well.
Oh, my God, a cripple can do this too?
Oh, my God.
Oh, my goodness.
Yes.
Oh, yes, I mean, clearly you
the
are.
The legs are kind of useless.
The legless crippled mascot.
Yes. I'd make a great mascot.
Yes, you would. What would they call you?
Yeah, Token.
Okay, Token cripple.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. They'd call you Token.
They'd call me Token.
Cool.
From South Park.
No.
Token. There's a guy on South Park called Token.
Is there really?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
It's terrible. It's terrible.
Okay, why?
They call him, I don't know. You'd have to watch it. It's probably not appropriate.
Not appropriate. You do realise the show we're on, right?
So there's a African American guy,
a black dude
in South Park called Token, who plays the bass.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, and that's why they call him Token.
And they call him
Jesus. Oh, that's terrible. Anywho,
I know.
All right. Okay. So, what point would you like to make? What soapbox point would you like to make with this revelation?
Can we have a moment to talk about unconscious bias? Yeah. And I know you and I bang on a lot.
Or just freaking. Okay, it's a new one for me.
You've been hanging out with my kid too much.
Freaking.
He's been saying.
Oh, I don't know. I'm pretty sure he prefers the fucking, but there you go.
No.
Well, I mean, I hope he doesn't.
Be drop kicking him over the fence a bit.
But yes, anyway. Where was I going with that?
Ableism.
Yes. Anti-night prejudice. Just saying.
Ableism and let's have a little bit of a conversation.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Just like, how often do we go places and people are like, oh my God, so shocked to see, oh my God, what could you possibly have to contribute to this thing? You're disabled. You couldn't possibly do that.
I mean, it was over grass. I'll give her that.
I mean, yes. I mean, yes, but still, there's clearly a reason you're there doing what you're doing.
Yes.
And to kind of vocalize it like that's a bit much.
I think she was just, I have the problem too sometimes where I just say things before it comes out the mouth before it goes through the filters through the brain first.
So your internal monologue
is faulty.
Becomes external.
Yeah, exactly. It's faulty to say the least.
Yeah.
But just the unconscious bias that it's interesting, and everyone, you and I both know that everyone has some form of unconscious bias. Like
So just to explain for those of you that don't watch the show all the time, what unconscious bias actually is.
Yes.
They are assumptions, prejudices, thoughts that we all have based off different members of society and affect how you think and feel.
Yeah.
Now, they are things that are often or mostly developed in childhood and are the result of environmental factors and so much more. And half the time, and no, I mean, they're unconscious, they're biases we don't even know that we have.
Yeah.
So I always find this statistic really, really interesting. For me, after I did the unconscious bias test, because I was brought up as an able-bodied person, I didn't become disabled until I was, fully disabled until I was in my late 20s. Yeah. I have very slight bias against people with disability. Now, unconscious bias is something we all have, and that's fine. It's whether you allow those things to control you. When you know you have an unconscious bias, you can do something about it and stop yourself from acting in that way, and educate yourself and inform yourself so that you don't, which is something I've worked really, really hard to do. And I'd like to think if I did the test again now, I wouldn't still have those same biases, and that's because of exposure to the wonderful people that I have been exposed to. So I've very much changed my mind and my thought processes around these things. However, most people, because they don't know that they have it, have never done anything to kind of tackle those thoughts and prejudices. That there's always the we go into somewhere and get a drink for ourselves, or carry something for ourselves, get something out of the car or whatever. Oh wow, that's amazing! For fuck's sake, I'm just doing a general task that we all do every single day. But that is an unconscious bias. That's someone congratulating you for something that you do on a daily basis, and that is controlled by the thoughts and feelings and expectations in the back of your head that you have of a person with a disability. Anyway,
and it's the people you've grown up, it's the people you went to school with, it's parental, it's generational,
media, TV influence. 100%. I mean, how often do you see people with disabilities in the media, and when you do, how often are they feeling sorry for themselves, tragic, not able to do anything? Will you stop rocking on your freaking chair, please? Sorry. I can't concentrate. I've lost where I was, but you continue. I'm done with the show. That's me. I'm out.
we were just talking because you've lost your place.
I have.
Because we were talking about where unconscious bias comes from and all that sort of thing.
Yeah. But anyway, yes, it is the result of things that are far outside your control. And in the media, you want there to be positive reinforcement for people with disabilities, not just the inspirational porn shit, the stuff that is put out to the public that still depicts people with disabilities as being in tragic situations, unable to do anything for themselves, stupid, unmotivated, and all those other things that you often see that just is not reality. And that stuff all affects what people's points of view are, so that when eventually they do see someone with a disability who is out just living life like we all do, it's seen as something special, and it's not. No. It's for most people, they are adapting to life and just getting on with it in the same way that anyone else is.
100%.
There's always going to be someone, whether they are able-bodied or non-disabled or disabled, that is living their life in whatever way, whether that's actively or inactively, and it doesn't matter what their physical situation is. Everybody adapts, and I think that unconscious bias really, really affects that outlook, that perception, and that way, that idea of what you should actually be out and be doing, so that people react in that way when they see you do something.
People have an expectation of what they think in their head that you're capable of and what you can do, and we go out
and that's why we do what we do. That's why we have a podcast like this, 100%. Because we're showing everyone, well, we're just like anyone else. We are also very inappropriate and like to have a good laugh and say ridiculous things and do stupid things, because we are just like anybody else. And don't forget I think the statistics are like something like 80% of people that have a disability have come to disability later in their life. And you forget we're still the same people that we were beforehand. Having a disability does not change you. It can change your outlook on life, but it certainly doesn't change you as a human. So why is there this constant expectation that we wouldn't want to just get on with life in the same way.
Yeah, exactly right.
And find a way of adapting to our situations.
I agree.
Anyway, unconscious bias is something that I think is starting to change.
It is, absolutely.
I love seeing how accepting kids are these days. And
it's the best.
I think they are being brought up at an age where the Paralympics is one of the most watched sporting events on Australian TV, and I certainly know in other places in the world it's certainly very popular as well. But we have more people watching the Paralympics in this country than most other sports. When it's on, and I think kids being exposed to that, being exposed to inclusion in school programs and sporting programs and just life in general, and in social media is really, really changing that unconscious bias and the outlook that people have,
100%.
And the view that people have as to what it's like living with a disability.
Absolutely.
They still are being affected by parents that have those biases.
Yeah, exactly.
Especially when when you get like a kid run up to you asking you a question, and then the parents pull them away. Oh no, you can't do that. That also has a bit of a detrimental thing. But what will happen is those kids grow up and they have children. Their children, the following generation, shouldn't really be as affected by it, because those kids will grow up and not do those same things, and they've had that exposure.
Exactly.
So things are changing, which is great.
It's like I said, and I know I've said this to you on a number of occasions, and I brought it up on the podcast plenty of times before. One of the things I love doing is dropping my son Fletcher off to school and pick him up, because kids there's no filter, and there's no bias there. It's all just curiosity, and it's really, really cool. So
you were saying to me earlier on the weekend when you were doing that carnival, that there were just kids running up to you and just standing there and staring.
They'd be like from me to you away, and they're kind of just looking
like
at me
a meter or so away.
And they're like meter or so away, and they're like
just looking you up and down.
And after a little I'll be like, hey, how you going? And most of the time they'd be like, hey, I'm good, Mara. And I'd have a conversation with them. And then one kid I said hey to, and the look of horror on his face.
Oh my God, it talks.
Holy shit, it talks. And then ran away. Oh God, it was brilliant, I've got to say. But anyway,
kids are funny.
We should move on. But yeah, that was my soapbox, because that just
I love to see that things are changing.
Yeah.
However, we've still got a way to go, and especially with older adults, with their perceptions of people with disabilities, people that are different to them.
Absolutely.
Times are changing, but work still needs to be done, which is why we keep doing what we do.
Excellent. Yeah, absolutely. Excellent.
That was not the right word for that then.
Excellent.
What was that, Mr. Burns?
Yeah, excellent. Shall we move on?
Sure.
All right.
Social media.
So I reckon our friends who run businesses will be across this and know what I'm talking about here. And it might not just be people that have businesses online and have a social media preference, but we seem to have been getting more and more lately people messaging us on our business pages
claiming to be
like Facebook officials and
Meta and from a Meta department or a Facebook department or Instagram department,
saying that we're breaking guidelines and we must cease and desist and all this kind of crap.
Yeah, and how our accounts have been suspended and they're being taken down, and we're breaking rules, or copyright infringements are the favourite ones at the moment. These messages are constant, and my God, it's annoying.
Yeah.
Like I mean, I at first when we first started getting these messages, it used to be like, oh shit, have we done something wrong? But like but I've always been very, very savvy with this stuff and gone and checked out the Facebook thing.
Thankfully, one of us is.
Yeah. From the Facebook, from just the one of us.
Yeah.
From the accounts and gone, oh my God, this is clearly not a genuine page of any way, shape or form. But what I like doing now is as soon as they reply, I just laugh at them.
Yeah.
I just send laughing emojis. And obviously report the account as fake and be done with. But what worries me about these things is not how it affects us, because we know it's a scam. We know that they are scams.
Yeah, exactly.
It's the people that
are new to people that are new to business, or not new to business, but even new to social media platforms.
Not even necessarily new, because it seems so genuine. And if you're not social media savvy and you don't understand how you actually figure out these things are a fake, because these pages look so official. I mean, you instantly, if you know the warning signs, then you can tell straight away that they're not real. But if you're not aware of all that stuff, that can be kind of crazy. Yeah, so many people in business are working really hard to build up their social media presence, because the business side of social media is not easy. No. It takes one hell of a lot of work, and that can actually be very worrying when you get messages like that and you think, oh my God, I'm going to have to pay thousands to fix this. Yeah. Or do you know what I mean? I worry about the fact that there seems to be more and more and more of these scam type things coming through. Yeah. And they seem so genuine. They seem so real. They're getting more and more sophisticated.
You can understand why people would get caught out in them.
Oh God, yeah. A load of the business groups that I'm part of on Facebook, you see people small business owners constantly posting, oh my God, I've got this and I don't know what to do. And I saw someone on one of the pages the other day who'd had their entire bank account wiped out by being caught out by one of these scammers. And even looking at the messages they'd received, you could see it all play out and how it happened, but it was so well done. Usually you can notice a little bit of grammar wrong, a little bit of spelling wrong, something.
You would if it was me on the other end.
But it's immediately if you're a bit of a grammar Nazi like me, it's immediately obvious. Yeah. But some people who aren't as particular as me will notice that stuff. 100%, won't notice that stuff, and it can be really scary. Imagine having your entire bank account wiped out because you've been caught out by one of these people. Like
the ones that we get sometimes, you've broken Meta guidelines, Facebook or Meta guidelines and stuff. There's no, they're not asking for money. They're not immediately. Yeah, so they do eventually.
It leads on to you can fix this problem by paying such and such fine, or you can pay this and we'll put insurance protection. There's always it always comes down to a money thing. You just have to follow the steps along to know what it leads to.
Because I'm looking and I'm like,
how does this?
I'm fortunate that I've been brought up in an age of social media mostly, and we didn't have it back in the 80s, but early 90s, but brought up in an age of social media and aware of it. But it's I'm looking at it and I'm going, how do people actually, what's the scam? Aside from telling somebody that they've done something that is illegal and against Meta guidelines and whatnot. Where's the actual scam? Until you just said,
you follow the steps along, and that's how these guys, that's how these guys manage. That's how these guys manage to make it seem more genuine. Yeah, is by starting off with a message that could potentially be something, so that people follow along with the scam. We're always told, it's mostly common knowledge now, don't click on links, don't don't respond to things that are asking for money.
Yeah.
So they've got to a point with these scams where they don't do that.
Yeah.
They know that they need to get a few messages in before, or a few prompts in before they start to talk about that side of things
to make it seem more legitimate.
Yeah, exactly. They're tricky buggers.
Yeah,
they
absolutely.
really, really are. And like I said, I feel sorry for the guys that get caught out by this stuff, because it's not always easy to figure out.
I just think of, like, I take my 92-year-old grandfather who is on Facebook, and I just think of him, and he's a guy who has been pretty wise about the world and whatnot, but in the end he's 92, and social media by that standard is a pretty new thing, and it's hard to think of all those. Yeah, particularly people, of that age group that, potentially going to get taken for a ride with this stuff.
Well, you see, you hear about it all the time on these things where you hear about women that have been scammed by, Nigerian princes and Nigerian princes and whatever, because
might be an Australian prince.
No, you never know. But yeah, go on.
Scammed by Nigerian princes.
Yeah, and because they've not understood that it was a scam, and they've thought that they've genuinely been helping someone. I lose track of the number of messages I get from creepy motherfuckers every day that are trying to get all sorts of weird and wonderful things out of me.
Oh yeah.
And yeah.
Can I have some pictures of your feet?
Oh jeez. I had another one the other day.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I think I screenshotted it to show you. It's on my phone, which is now doing the recording. But it was I've actually had the same message about 6 times from this one person that keeps trying.
Oh, jeez.
I'm going to have to give you a shout out on here, dude, just so you know, because it's quite laughable and you've got issues.
Do we have a name?
No, not that I can think of off the top of my head, but I will make it public because it's funny.
All right, maybe that might be.
If you're okay to be slightly creepy and send creepy messages, you're going to have to be okay with it being made public.
Yeah,
just saying.
Absolutely. Well, there you go. Should we move on to more?
I don't know. What have you got on the list of stuff that we were going to talk about today? Other than the segments.
Other than the segments. Oh, I suppose I better have a look at that.
Yeah, because
No.
Anyway, this isn't working very well. I was trying to do a nice segue then and didn't quite go to plan.
It's fine. It's fine. So you know what we've been sitting down and thinking about the podcast, and
you do realise that's all we do. We
do sit down.
We are lazy sons of bitches, and we just sit all day long every day.
Speaking of being lazy sons of bitches, like you said, we've been talking about the podcast and looking at ways of refreshing it, maybe changing some segments and things, haven't we?
We have.
So what we were thinking we might do is, for the people that do watch and listen, follow us on social media, that sort of thing, if you've got any ideas for segments or anything that you'd like to see more of, or anything, any ideas you have, throw them our way, because we may possibly just use them.
Yeah, so we enjoy being positive.
Yes.
Mostly. I mean, we have a lot of rants on the show, but we are positive people. We like to be motivating, and that's what we do.
We're positive, but we're also pro rant.
Yeah, we are pro rant, definitely. But outside of the show, we do resilience training, passion and purpose training, motivational training, that kind of thing. And we kind of want to make the show a little bit more positive and upbeat, and motivating. Yeah. So we're thinking of changing a couple of the segments up a little bit.
Yep.
We're still going to be ranty motherfuckers, because that's what we are.
Because that's what it's ranty, swearing.
Yeah, and we're still going to talk about important issues, but we want to introduce a little bit more positivity to the show as well. So if anyone's got any ideas along those lines, that's something that you'd like to see in the show, a segment that you think we could follow on with, whether that's as a fortnightly or a monthly segment, please let us know, because we are interested interested in your ideas.
Absolutely, and
Yes.
we might throw them in.
Yes, we may, or we may not.
Or we may
We
not.
might just think they're shit and go,
If they're shit, then
but no.
they won't. But, you know.
But yeah, you know,
We're kind of random, so, you know, we're open to...
to pretty much anything.
to pretty much anything.
Pretty much anything.
Yeah.
Just putting pretty much anything.
Yeah.
Not everything.
Don't about getting any, you know, animals in the studio as well. No.
What the fuck are you talking
That
about?
sounds weird. I was just like bringing other
what,
things
some-
into the studio.
What, like you into some kind of weird bestiality? or
No, that's
something,
not where I
Adam?
was going with that.
But
But
yeah, because I'm really not sure at this point. Is this one of those times that you kind of say something?
Don't make me pull out a hurdle.
This is one of those times when you've said something and then immediately gone, oh shit, I shouldn't have said that.
yeah, it probably came out. Yeah,
Not quite as planned.
yeah, probably.
And you realise that when you do that, I'm always going to jump on it because that's just what I do.
Yeah.
It sucks to be you.
All right. Well, let's move on because I think I'm about to cop it again.
Okay.
It's the Moron of the day.
What? I don't know. All I know is that you're taking charge on this one,
I am, and well,
which generally means that I'm in the shit.
yes. I mean, that's
Or
just
you're gonna
just a given.
Or
isn't
you're at
it?
least going to make fun of me.
Of course.
What?
You see,
What have I done?
I have reason to make fun of you.
Yeah.
Yeah. You shouldn't give me fodder. You should just not do it.
I try not to.
Yeah, well, you did this on this occasion. So, last night,
What?
you got to know what's coming by now, surely.
I did lots of things last night.
So, at about, I don't know, 5 o'clock or whatever, you've got home, and I'm showing you what I've. So okay, let me
Go on.
let me spell this out.
Go
so
on.
we are currently packing for Japan.
Yes.
And we are there for 5. We're out of the
I'm crossing
country.
my arms because this is my shit. Here we go again. Kind of.
We're out of the country for 4 days, and we have a 5th day where we're stuck in Cairns because of
Yeah.
transfers. And we're only taking hand luggage. We're allowed 7 kilos each.
7 kilos. Yeah.
Because the cost of adding luggage was ridiculous.
Yeah.
Anyway, so for that reason, I am taking a very, very, very compact, tiny little bag and squeezing all my stuff into
This
it.
bag is like
Fucking tiny.
40 centimeters long by about 25
It's tiny.
deep. Yeah.
It's tiny.
It's tiny.
And I've sent you a picture of my packing.
Yep.
And you're like, fuck no.
No.
Hell no, this
No.
is not happening.
No, it's not.
It's not happening.
No.
So what have you done?
I've just expedited my normal process. My normal process would be
No. Just say no.
No.
Let's just say exactly what you've done.
I've unpacked and tried to basically mirror what you did.
And then also unpacked and repacked again because you realised you couldn't do it.
I could do it. It just was meaning that nobody in my household or the households that wanted any were getting any bloody.
What other households wanted stuff?
Oh, I've got other family that want shit from Japan.
Like who?
Friends and people.
You don't have any friends.
Oh, piss off. Not more than you do.
Oh, we need a pussycat sound.
Yeah,
on
we
the-
do. We'll have to work on
The
that.
saucer of milk
We'll
table
do.
one.
There is not a parallel universe. There is not a scenario imaginable where you're taking that least amount of stuff to Japan. Like, there's just
There
not.
is, because clearly I've done it.
It's not.
I have done it.
Natasha, I've travelled with you for 5 years now.
Yeah.
You don't know how to pack lightly. You just don't.
I pack far lighter than my mother, and that's all I care about.
Debatable.
No.
Debatable.
No, you saw what my mum took on the cruise.
Yeah, that's on a cruise ship.
She takes one single big suitcase just for shoes.
Well, I'm calling bullshit.
So you don't reckon I've managed it?
I reckon.
Look,
Look,
at the end of the day,
Yep.
the funniest thing about this is the fact that you were so desperate to not let me take less than you, and you even said you can't win. to me, is what you said. That yes, you even said that to me. That you unpacked and repacked your stuff twice to try and show that you could pack better than me.
Okay, so my normal process when I'm going away is I pack my bags a week before, generally on the weekend, and then I go through that a couple of times, and because I generally always pack more than I need, way more than I need, so I filter through that as the week goes by and go, no, I don't need that, chuck it out. So by the end of it, I've got just the stuff I need. Like
nothing. You do take very little when we go away.
I really, really, really hope that there is some kind of clothing store or whatever around where we're staying. There will be, because there is no way known.
Look, okay, the difference,
no way known.
The reason that I am able to do this time is because we've already been to this event and to Japan once, so I know exactly.
So right.
Yeah, listen, but I know exactly what I need. I know what I need this time. There's no like, oh shit, I might need this, I might need that. I know exactly what I need. So I'm able to not worry about bringing extra things. Mm-hmm. I mean, yes, I still have to bring all my medical supplies and all the extra shit that you don't have to bring. So, yes. No. But yes, I have got it into one tiny suitcase. Apart from my race day clothes, which are going in my wheel bag.
Yeah.
But yes, otherwise, it's all in there.
Mm-hmm.
You don't believe me, do you?
No.
God, you are going to have egg on your face.
I don't have to worry about shoes, and I only ever wear shorts.
I'm not taking shoes. I'm just wearing the same pair the whole time.
Suppose your feet don't touch the ground.
Exactly.
And Oida's a pretty clean place anyway.
It is, so. But I don't need... It's a sports event. We're in sportswear the whole time, so I just need my runners. And I'm taking a pair of thongs for Cairns. What else do I need?
Excellent.
You know, I am onto this shit. I am a ninja packer. You just didn't realise it.
I think
it's killing you, isn't it?
I think
it is killing you that I am managing to pack into such a small space.
I think we need to
talk about competitive.
Piss off and let me talk for a minute.
I'm enjoying this too much.
We need to call ahead and book you a spot at the hospital, because you will forget something there.
I will not.
You will.
I will not.
You will.
I will not.
And we might as well find, a supermarket or something. Or there's a supermarket right behind our hotel. But, yes. Clothes and stuff, because I mean, granted, I am going to have no room to bring anything back with me, which is a shame, because I like my Japanese stuff. Yeah. But yes. I've got the same small case as you do. Mm-hmm. And so just for shits and giggles, I took...
Shits and giggles? No, you wasted all that time and then realised that you needed a bigger bag.
I don't need a bigger bag. I just want room to be able to take stuff home for Fletch and all that sort of thing. Mm-hmm. And so I put everything in this bag, and I literally had to almost sit on it to get all the shit in. It was like one of those.
Yeah, I know. I am also having to do that.
You're having to do that.
Yeah, it is going to be very, very squeezed.
Very, very squeezed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Well. So it is a millimeter perfect fit. Mm-hmm. It's not going to be something that I'll want to open too much.
Excellent. Yeah.
And I'm going to have to take multiple pictures of how I've packed everything to make sure that I can Tetris it all back in when we leave.
I think the difference between you and I is that I've got all my stuff into one bag, whereas you've also put bits and pieces into...
Well, yeah, I've put my race day clothes in my race bag, which kind of makes sense to me.
Yeah.
But that's it.
Yeah.
And I've got my tiny little bag, which I carry on my chair, that has my passport and money and stuff in.
And weren't you were cluing me up to carry your iPad for you, I believe?
Yeah, but I figured that out, so it's all good.
Okay.
Don't need you.
Good for you.
You can't stand it, can you? You cannot cope that I am doing something better than you.
You do plenty of things better than me.
Oh, I know.
You do plenty. I know. I can admit that.
No, you can't cope with the fact that you thought that this was your thing, that you did better, and now I'm beating you.
I'm just going on the previous experience of travelling with you for 5 years now, and knowing that you bring items for every scenario.
I do.
You do.
Yeah.
But
I have items for every scenario still. I've just done it in a way that I haven't had to overpack it because I've given myself time to think about it.
Excellent.
Because usually when I'm packing, and guys, just so you know, I still only ever take a small suitcase. It's not like I take a year's worth of supplies for a few days.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I've just this time, because I haven't rushed it and I'm actually packed and prepared the weekend before we're leaving. I've actually been able to think and plan things rather than just throwing things in thinking shit, because usually I'm packing the night before.
You are.
We are flying, we're leaving the house at 3 a.m. and I'm still packing at 10 p.m. the night before. And that's just because we lead such busy lives. But I knew with this one that I had to get things done early, and the only time I had was Sunday, so it's actually kind of worked out quite well for me for a change.
Excellent.
But yes, you are going to be pleasantly surprised and astounded. Are you not? Hang on, are you just not proud of me for managing to pack so lightly?
I think skeptical would be the word.
Aww.
Skeptical.
I'm hurt.
Don't be.
I am.
I'm just a realist.
I'm hurt.
I'm just a realist.
I thought you could at least show me appreciation for the ninja packer that I am, and you aren't.
Mm-hmm. Well, look, if it makes you feel better, I think even your dad's a little bit skeptical. Hello, Christopher.
Neither mum nor dad can believe it. They're like, nah.
I even said to your dad this morning, I reckon I'm calling bullshit. I'm calling bullshit.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yep. No, well, we will have to just wait and see.
Yeah, well, I think that, I think you're going to be shocked at how awesomely I've packed.
Look.
How truly spectacular and ninja-like I have been on this one occasion.
Kudos to you, my travelling friend, if you can pull that off.
Well, just wait until we go to Thailand, because we've got like a huge amount of luggage for that, and I am going to use it all.
Yeah, well, I'm using the same bag, so.
Why? We've got.
Well,
we are going for a week.
Yeah. Well, what else?
Not just 4 days.
I've only got the one suitcase.
It's a freaking hand luggage suitcase.
Yeah.
How are you fitting everything into a hand for a week? You can't even fit. You could only just fit 4 days worth of stuff in this one.
No, there's plenty of space.
Oh, dude.
Plenty of space, but I can I'll have backpack with me as well. So
you should take your hand luggage one and then the small cube one, the hard one, because you can slot it over the handle of the hand luggage one.
Take that as yeah.
See?
Oh yeah.
See? Up here for thinking, down there for definitely not dancing.
Well, better you than me.
Why? What?
Dancing, better you than me.
Yeah, I know. Dancing is definitely mine.
Are you alive today?
No, are you?
You sugars are right, are you?
I have no idea.
Oh, okay.
Am I? Do you want to check?
Yeah, I should.
Where my sugars at?
Yeah, you're actually okay.
Okay, awesome. Good. What is it?
10 point something.
10 point something. Okay. Well, that's probably a bit high, but anyway, other than that, I'm all good.
Well,
cool.
Well, I always say better you high than low, because when you're high, you die slowly. When you're low, you die
quickly.
You die quickly. So
True that.
I know what I'd prefer.
Yeah.
Yeah, but anyway.
Well, you'd prefer me to be high and suffer slowly.
Pretty much.
Yeah, I thought
Pretty much.
Thought so.
Shall we move on?
Yeah. Okay then.
All right. Sounds good.
The kindness virus.
It's funny that I've gone from calling you a moron to talking about something kind.
Yeah, but it won't be about me.
No, because
you don't generally say kind things about me.
Kind things about you. I am always saying kind things about
Bullshit. No, you are. You do say nice things about me.
I even it out with saying plenty of not so kind things about you too, but
I don't know about.
I like to play both sides.
I don't know about even it out. I think it's tilted. It's tilted only a little bit. But it's definitely tilted.
I'm looking at him now with a lip, a big lip. What the fucking man? What's it
called?
Bottom lip
thing. Jesus.
Oh God, I need to give up.
Oh God.
Anyway, Kindness virus. All right, so
Kindness virus. This is you.
this is me.
Take it away.
I am. So, usually we talk about things that have happened to us or to people we know or whatever. But I actually wanted to talk about this really cool video that I saw on social media the other day.
Excellent.
Which, you know, once again is another example of the good things about socials. But there was this just this lovely video that made me well up a little bit of a little girl that's getting around. She's probably like 4 maybe on a balance bike. So
cool.
you know the bikes that have got no pedals, they're just using their legs to get around on them. And she's
I never had one. Sorry.
You've got your skateboard to balance on now.
I'm distracting you, I'm sorry.
Yeah. All right. So this little girl, she's getting around on a balance bike and she's entered a BMX competition. And so, you know, you've got the uppy downy hilly things.
I want to do one.
What are they called? Like the obstacle...
Oh, it's just BMX racing. It's BMX racing.
Yeah, anyway. But there's got to be... Yeah, but the actual hilly things have got to be called something.
BMX hilly things. Uppy downies.
Uppy downies. So anyway, she's entered this BMX competition on her balance bike.
Yeah.
You've seen her coming along on the uppy downy hilly balancy thingy majiggy bobbies.
Yes.
And behind her is a group of about 5 young lads, sort of 13 to 16 years old, on their BMX bikes, all going really, really slow and using their legs to go up and downhill. So apparently she was the only kid that had entered in her age group, clearly, because, you know, and they all wanted to let her win and be involved in the competition. So these young boys, these young men have done that thing to make this little girl feel good and feel included, and I love that. And I just want to talk about how there are so many good kids in the world. Kids get a bad rap. They do. They get called all sorts of things by the older generation, including us, ungrateful and not hardworking and all these. Although I don't like to say that about anyone, but do you know what I mean? They do, from society in general, get a really bad rap. But I think there is so much kindness and generosity in kids doing something like that, and you hear about these things really often. It's not a one-off.
No, it's not.
You hear about older kids doing so, sitting down on the floor and playing with the younger kids. We see like, Fletch and Evie, my niece, playing with the younger kids, because it's just a really cute thing that's natural to them, and it's so nice to see them showing a bit of leadership and showing the little kids how it's done. I love that. I love that kindness, and it's great to see. I mean, Fletcher's awesome at it. Because he originally he was the youngest out of the cousins. There was sort of my sister's 2 kids who were older than him, and so he was the little one, and it was them sort of looking after him, and then he had a younger cousin come along on the other side of the family. You're right there? Yeah, carry on.
Yeah. And he had a younger, so then it was all of a sudden him being the grown up, and it was really cool to see him and how he approached that and all that sort of thing.
It's I just think it's so cute to watch kids, how they enjoy that little bit of responsibility. And it's nice to see that the teenagers that also kind of want to do what they can to help the younger kids, whether and in sport as well. You see it a lot.
I saw it over the weekend in the event that I was talking about. I saw it a lot as well, and so it's out there. It's definitely out there.
It kind of, I don't know, pulls on your heartstrings a little bit.
Gives you the warm and fuzzies.
It does.
Yeah, it does.
It does.
No, I agree.
I think there's plenty of good kids out there.
There is, We're unfortunately, we're in a world with social media and access to news and whatnot, where people only talk about the shit. People only talk about the bad stuff that's going on. And,
they do.
And it's every now and then it's really nice to. Unfortunately, the good news stories are the exception to the rule, and it should be the other way around,
Yeah, so true.
Yeah.
So true. Anyway, talking about kindness.
Yes.
I'd like to just...
You could be kinder to me? Yes, you could.
As you could to me, so, goes both ways, doesn't it, Buster?
Yeah.
Anyway, I don't know what that was for.
I don't know.
Anyway, I want to just talk about a little fundraising campaign that's going on.
Cool.
Yeah,
Talk.
I feel like right now is the right time to do it.
It is the opportune time.
We are talking about kindness and generosity, so let's give a little shout out for this thing.
Yeah, I think we should.
So, the Wattle Nest.
Yes.
We've spoken about them a lot. They are
Rachel Condos-Fields.
Rachel Condos-Fields, who was also on a previous episode a month
Hey,
or two
Rach.
ago. She is starting up a huge campaign throughout December to try and fund 150 of Wattle Nest's athletes moving into 2024, give them $10,000 each to be able to fund their goals and dreams, and for those of us trying to reach the Paralympics or the Olympics, this could be a game changer. As we've said previously, over 50% of Australia's elite athletes live below the poverty line.
Yes.
Some are homeless, some are trying to work, umpteen number of jobs to just fund their sport, whilst also giving back and doing everything they can to, make this world a better place. They're not just sports people, they are people that are using their platform to make a difference too.
Absolutely.
And so Rachel's campaign is all about empowering those athletes to reach those goals, represent our country, and do everything they can to make a really, really, really big difference on the world stage and show the world what Australia is all about. And it can't be done without support. We don't get support from grants, there's no support from sponsorship. There are so many people out there seeking it now that are at the very, very top end of sport, yet can't get any significant help or financial aid. So anyway, the aim is for Rach and the Wattle Nest to fund 150 athletes, $10,000 each, going through the year of 2024, and we are looking for donations to get that campaign started. Now, the link for the campaign should be up on screen for those watching the live now. I will also get Ruby to get the link up for the YouTube live when we play that as well, because we really, really, really hope that you can help this campaign get started. Now, on the 1st of December, the full campaign will be going live, and this is going to be an epic thing, like an absolutely epic. I'm not actually sure whether I can go into the full details on this episode or not, so I'm not going to go any further than that.
We'll save it for the next one.
Oh, we will. We'll save it for the next one, which I think the campaign will be live by the time the time we air that. But it's going to be huge, and we're going to be looking for not just small, very, very small monetary value donations, but there are going to be some larger donations that we're chasing with a chance of some cool thank you things potentially coming your way if you are one of those donors. So and I think like the biggest number is only going to be around, like donation that we're looking for will only be around about a couple of grand anyway. So it's not like we're talking big numbers here, but for every person that helps, every person that makes a donation, they could be making a huge difference to not just to these athletes, but the way in which these athletes can give back. So this will be across all sports, everything from wheelchair racing that we're involved in to other Paralympic sports, but also to and non-Paralympic sports, but also to things like trampolining. We've got bobsleighing. We've got all sorts of incredible sports.
Sledding. I don't know.
I don't know. I never know.
Bobsledding.
Bobsleigh.
I'm going with bobsledding.
Bobsledding.
You can go with.
No, it's probably.
You might be really good at it. In which case,
no, it's probably bobsledding.
If you're really good at it, you're probably sleighing. But
boomty boom.
Thanks very much.
But yes, we're hoping to get this campaign kick-started. We've also had our good friend here, Brett McCallum from Podfire Media 8, who runs this fantastic podcast and organisation, who has offered to give $1 from each each glass of his 2032 beer.
Boy, yummy.
To the campaign that's sold to his campaign. So if anyone actually has the 2032 beer, just think that you're also going to be, by enjoying such an amazing tipple, you're also going to be helping Australian athletes out, going towards their big goals and dreams.
I think we should go there right now. After the studio, we'll just go straight there.
Sure.
Yep.
Sounds good.
The yard.
Yeah, let's bugger training and.
Oh yeah, you gotta go. Hey.
we have a big ass can of it that's just being
Hello, Mr. McCallum.
Hello, Mr. McCallum. How you doing?
He's just wandered in.
He's wandered in, and he's bought a huge can to come and join in the show.
That's my leaning post. That's awesome.
Maybe turn that around so you can see the.
So you can see.
Yeah, there you go. See, so for anyone who can get their hands on this beer, you will be also donating $1 towards this wonderful campaign with Wattle Nest. And we're really hoping that we can make a big difference with this thing. So guys, if you are interested in making a donation, helping out, getting things kick-started before the full campaign goes live on the 1st of December, this is the way to do it. This is the way to do it. Go and purchase a beer, or click on the link, which will be on the page right now, because we really want to get this thing kick-started and make this happen for 150 people that are working their asses off.
100%.
100%. All right. So yes, anyway, that was my little thought for the day to add in there, because I know it's a little bit different.
No, it's cool.
But I just
awesome.
I feel very passionately about this stuff. Nobody should have to sleep, in their car or couch surf as a gold medalist Olympian. Because they can't afford and they're not being given the financial backing that they need to just get there.
Really
it's wrong on some. And how are we supposed to keep competing on the world stage against US athletes who are given a shit ton of funding and support and aid if we're not also giving our athletes the same kind of backing?
I agree.
That there is I know there are far more people and far much more money to go into this stuff, but we've got to find over there and in other countries like the UK. But we've got to find a way of making this happen somehow. So this is the work of Rachel and the Wattle Nest, and I got to say I'm really, really proud to be associated with this, and also proud to be associated with Brett and Potfire and Media 8, because he's helping us with getting this kick-started.
Absolutely.
Anyway.
Cool. I think that's us done.
Is it really? How long have we gone for?
We've gone for 1 hour and 3, and there'll be some edits there.
There's some edits there, because we've been a bit shit today.
Because I said some stupid shit, and then you said some stupid shit. And
we both said some stupid shit. My God.
Oh my God. So, if people that are listening want to follow us on social media, track us down, ask us questions, contribute in any way, shape or form, how do they do that, Natasha?
They can go to Instagram and go to 2crips.1pairoflegs. They can go to Facebook and go to the Two Cripples, One Pair of Legs podcast.
Excellent.
And they can also go to invincible.co and find our podcast page on there.
Excellent.
Oh, of course, you can go to Podfire, our
Media.
Podfire is the website.
Yes.
And you can
Media 8 on Instagram, I think.
Yeah, and Podfire, and you can also catch us on any of your favourite platforms.
Excellent. So, like we said before, if you watch the show and you've thought of any segments that you might like to see added, we are looking to shape that up.
And also, if you have any ideas for the kindness virus, if anyone's heard any really kind, lovely stories that you'd like us to cover on the show, please don't think this is just things that have happened to us. We would love to talk about something kind that may have happened to you. So please send us a message, pop it in the comments box. It's entirely up to you. Just let us know and we will talk about it on the show.
Absolutely. Cool.
Okie dokie.
Have a good afternoon.
Yes, and we'll be back soon. We've pre-recorded some of these episodes before we go away, so we'll probably not be back on a live now until December, but we will catch everyone when we get back from Thailand.
Excellent.
All right, see you guys.
Peace.
Bye.
Well, that's a wrap for this week's episode of Two Cripples, One Pair of Legs. As always, we'd like to thank our studio guests for joining us, and of course to the legends at Podfire for making all of this come to life. If you like what you've heard, or even if we've offended the shit out of you, but you still want to hear more, make sure you hit the subscribe button and also check out our Insta page, twocrips.onepairoflegs, and you'll be the first to know when a new episode drops.